Show me your news!
And now, coming through your speakers and into your ears, it's the gaming podcast that you all know and love. It's Show Me Your News!
Your favorite Super Smash Bros. Brawl podcast from 2007 continues to cover the latest in the video game industry at ShowMeYourNews.com. Now, let's join the show. Welcome to Show Me Your News,
the pinnacle for delivering and debating the gaming news that matters the most to you.
Rumor-filled gossip, hardware blunders, or upcoming releases.
If it relates to video games, we want to talk about it.
I am Peter, but you may know me as Yoko, and I am so excited to watch E3 on the big screen.
I am Rachel, but you may know me as Evie, and I don't get to watch it because I'm stuck at work.
I'm Joe, but you may know me as Little Baga, and I only took off Sony and Nintendo's days.
I'm Ben, but you may know me as Gym Leader Ben, and I'm double-fisting Boddington's Pub Ale.
What?
Aw, yeah. It's that pre-E3 podcast here on Show Me Your News. We're part of the SMYN network at ShowMeYourNews.com, and today is Saturday, June 6th, 2015, episode 181 of the podcast.
Ooh.
It's the E3 call-in show. We have Sword Hunter acting as moderator.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mark.
So we get to have some people this year to join us on the podcast, and we're going to be answering our 50 E3 yes or no questions. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yes, we have 9 people lined up, 2 per topic, and 1 so far for the reveal questions. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping this goes pretty smoothly.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what predictions come out of this.
Absolutely, because after each person's stint, we have the Big Boss and the Kiefer predictions. Now, the Big Boss they're bold predictions. I mean, reasonable, but they take a little bit of cojones to predict. And the Kiefer prediction, it's like having Kiefer Sutherland in Metal Gear Solid 5. It's just balls to the wall crazy. It's madness.
So are you saying that I can't make either one because I don't have balls?
You got them walls to make them predictions. So
okay,
we'll be just fine. So let's start with our first guest. So please welcome to the podcast, it's DQP.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, so you are the host of Refrigerated Reviews.
Indeed.
So you've come to this podcast to help answer some of these yes or no questions and give your predictions. I'm happy to have you.
All right, I'm happy to be here.
So we're going to start with Microsoft first. We have 10 questions, and I think we'll have you here for 5 of them. Let's start with the first one. Will Halo 5 Guardians open or close the show?
I personally don't think so, because the thing with Microsoft is that they always open with Call of Duty. I think that's a given, most of the time anyway. And they always close with some really big, awesome surprise that we don't know about yet. So I think Halo 5 Guardians is going to find itself somewhere in the middle of that.
I'm kind of surprised because I would have said that because of people being so much more hyped for Halo 5 and all these trailers that have been coming out as well, and people wanting to know more about what's going on, I would imagine that they would have put that either at the beginning or at the end. I would have said more at the end, really.
Interesting.
Because, again, you say that there's surprises at the end, and I agree with that, but, the fact that we really don't know a lot about what's going on with this new Halo, that could be our surprise.
Possible. I mean, last year they had the Master Chief Collection kind of right in the middle. And it was an interesting thing that they did last year with their conference where they put all the 2014 games first, and then it's like, well, here's all the future games in the second half of the show. And because, Master Chief Collection was their big one for last year, they put it kind of right in the middle at the end of that first half. So it's going to be another thing altogether, whether or not, the launch of Halo 5 Guardians goes like how Master Chief Collection did. But I'm going to actually question one of the things you said here. You said how, usually Call of Duty opens the show, and it's been that way for a long time. There are rumors in the industry that I think Activision is jumping ship with Call of Duty to PlayStation this year. And that would be certainly interesting because, yeah, it has been a kind of thing for a while that, it's Microsoft and it's Activision for Call of Duty because Xbox 360 was the leader, and a lot of those big third parties like to kind of follow the leader, as it were. I'm not sure that it's going to be Black Ops 3 opening the show or even having a presence at all at Microsoft. So I said that it's not going to be Halo 5 opening or closing the show. I think it's going to be kind of somewhere in the middle, and it's going to take a big part of the show, but not necessarily a one more thing sort of deal at the end, but not a let's open big either.
Right. And I don't know about Call of Duty jumping ship, because you look at recent sales, Xbox One's actually been doing pretty all right recently. Mm-hmm. So we don't know.
It is interesting to note, though, that when Black Ops 3 was revealed with that trailer, and you had all the journalists who got to see a little preview of it before that, so they could get their stories ready, all of those games were running on PlayStation 4 in this little room that, you had pictures taken of. So maybe that's just because it performs best on PlayStation 4. I don't know if that's a telltale sign at all. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that.
And that's something interesting that I've noticed going into E3 as a whole, is that you look at a lot of announcement trailers for a lot of games earlier this year. They're all running on PS4. Mm-hmm. Like the Battlefront reveal, that was on PlayStation's channel, I think. And so was Mankind Divided. So you make a good point. Call of Duty could jump ship, but at the same time, they've always kind of been with Microsoft, and Microsoft is starting to edge out in that race, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be a big thing, and we've already seen this for the last year or two, but whatever company between Microsoft and Sony, because it's not a thing that Nintendo does or can do, but to pay up the money to try to get that marketing exclusivity. I mean, it happened with recently on Microsoft with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. You see all the commercials and say, it's for Xbox One, buy it, $349, whatever. But
even though the PC is clearly the better port.
Certainly, yes.
No, definitely.
But between the two consoles, like when that gets advertised on TV, like I'm sure it's going to be that way with Battlefront and PlayStation. I think they're going to throw money behind that as well. So it's kind of a thing with this generation, even with Microsoft and doing the Division for Ubisoft. Like they'll have that sort of partnership. So it's almost like they choose their sides with some of these third-party games, though. Let's get back to Halo, though. I mean, Joe and Ben, what do you think about Halo 5 opening and closing the show?
I don't think they're going to. I think I was talking with some people just last night, actually, and it was kind of brought up that they've never really done that, at least not recently. That's not been a thing. They haven't opened with a Halo game in a very long time. And honestly, I feel like I agree it's going to be like in the middle. I don't think it's going to be a finale, but I also don't think it's going to be an opener. Mm-hmm.
I'm not too well versed in Microsoft's business. So when I answered these, I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'll put whatever. So I said yes, but based on what I'm hearing, if a company really needed a strong show opening, it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they'll just throw caution to the wind and maybe get a little less methodical. That's really the only way I could see it opening.
That's true, and they really do need some sort of story trailer or something like that, because they've been doing the Hunt the Truth campaign, which is all the underground sort of behind-the-scenes sort of deal, and they put out trailers that are, one's with Agent Locke, putting a barrel down in Master Chief, and then there's another one with the Master Chief version, and it's the other way around. So, they could do with something that just, blows it out and, here's what's happening. They already have the release date on Halo 5 Guardians for October 27th. So, yeah, they really do need a lot of information. So we had 57% of those who entered our yes or no contest say that yes, Halo 5 will open or close the show. 57%. Let's keep on the Halo topic, though. Will a Halo Reach remaster be revealed?
This answer for me was a bit of a sort of brain fart because, at first I'm like, nah, they won't do it. And then I started thinking maybe they'll do it. But then I submitted my answers before I changed the answer, and then after I submitted it's like, oh crap, I forgot to change that answer. Honestly, I think it could go either way. I mean, I'm not really caught up with Halo as a series, and I don't know if they've released ODST for the Master Chief Collection. I know they were talking about it.
They just recently did, yeah.
Okay, so maybe they might do a Halo Reach remaster as a sort of DLC deal, but I'm not sure. So, again, it could really go either way, in my opinion.
I think it'd be a nice thing that they do, but I don't necessarily see it as an announcement at this E3. They have to focus on Halo 5.
Yeah.
And I think any other game that takes away from that is distracting. I mean, the thing with Halo Master Chief Collection last year was they had all of those games. You could have just added more and more games. And ODST was a way to make up for the poor performance of the multiplayer, because the single player worked fine, really, last year.
Well, the thing with ODST is that, like, they released it as an apology for the poor launch, but I think they already had it in development, and they already had it in mind for DLC.
Interesting.
So maybe they'll do the same kind of thing with Halo Reach.
I think it's an interesting question. I happen to say no on this one, though.
I said no as well.
I've just put no for this one because I don't think that they would do a Halo Reach remaster yet. Really. Because if they're focusing so much on this Halo 5, I don't think they would be doing Halo Reach remaster just yet. Mm-hmm. They need a bit more Halo hype going on.
Right.
Well, actually, that kind of actually countered my point, actually, thinking about that. Because if they need more Halo hype, then they might do a remaster of this before the new Halo comes out. Who knows, actually. So, damn, I can see it from both angles. No, man.
Well, I mean, it's 4 months away until Halo 5. And it's like, would you be able to squeeze out another game in time for that? Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Well, they don't really need to, like, do it from scratch, I guess.
Yeah.
But does it really need remastering already? I don't think so.
Right. I mean, it's an important story, but yeah, I'm not sure it does.
No.
I think Halo Reach is a little too new. That being said, they remastered Last of Us a year after it came out. So fucking, this industry doesn't make any sense. So...
Well, I mean, they're remastering the entire Uncharted saga, so I guess there's no such thing as too soon anymore.
I guess not. Like, that whole thing has just been blown out of the water. That's all on Sony's side. And this is Microsoft. I do personally want to say, like, I think it's Reach is a little too new. Even though it's not all that new, but...
Halo 4 was newer than Halo Reach, and that already came out.
That's true.
So who knows?
I put yes.
All right. Why did you do that?
Same answer as last one. I don't know a dang thing.
Well, you joined the 24% of people who said yes on that one, so it doesn't seem to be as possible on that one. Will Xbox One receive an updated model or price cut?
Again, it could go either way, but again, I answered no, because they've already had a whole bevy of price cuts recently, and I think going down farther would be a little ridiculous.
I think it goes on the updated model side. I think you get a confirmed, finally a 1 terabyte model for Xbox One, not just like a special edition one. They also have talk about new controllers coming out. Like, finally, controllers that have 3.5 millimeter ports in the base of the controller. So you don't have to take some stupid $20 conversion thing to fit in their little special port. So then you can plug in any headphone there. It wouldn't surprise me to see all like little tweaks done to the console, especially in preparation for compatibility with Windows 10. I'm sure they'll make the original models work very well as well, but small tweaks to the framework, I think, including the 1 terabyte model to support the Windows 10 functionality, because that operating system drops on July 29th. So I think that's yes. I said yes on that one.
I put no.
Okay.
I put no.
I also put no. I don't think Microsoft's gonna drop their price anymore.
No, I don't think so. Or the updated model. No, not really. I mean, unless the current model can't support Windows 10.
I mean, I could see an updated model to compete with the PlayStation 4 updated model that's coming out soon. The one it's going to have 2 terabytes of storage. I could see that, but
2 terabytes? That'd be interesting. Yeah, I've heard of a 1 terabyte for PlayStation.
It might have just been 1 terabyte. I don't know where I'm pulling that 2 from.
Interesting.
Yeah. At the very least, they should release like a new hard drive or something. Maybe that counts as an updated model. I don't know. Yeah,
possible. 57% said yes, there would be either an updated model or a price cut. Now, Microsoft HoloLens. That's their virtual reality, self-contained sort of system. Will that be mentioned at all?
Nope.
I said yes, and here's why. You remember back a few E3s ago when everybody was talking about motion controls, like Microsoft was really showing off Kinect, PlayStation was really showing off the Move. I think this E3 is going to be the same for VR. Because Oculus and Valve are getting their VR solutions ready for launch, like either late this year or early next year. I haven't checked recently, but soon. And I also predicted that Project Morpheus is going to have to get a real name and get a strong library set up to go when those other VR solutions launch.
Because, that's going to be a big part of Sony's show as well.
So I think Microsoft would be wise to show off the gaming potential of HoloLens this conference. That's my position on it.
Yeah, and I said yes as well, because I think it's also going to go hand in hand with Windows 10. And we know Phil Spencer's going to be at the PC gaming conference to talk about the Windows 10, how Xbox works with that. I think they'll also have mentioned at Microsoft how the Windows 10 works with Xbox, and then vice versa when he talks to the PC crowd. But I think HoloLens is part of that, and I think they're also looking for a 2016 launch just to try to compete with everything, and they'll talk about how everything's self-contained, that you don't need necessarily the power of Xbox One, but you're going to have Xbox One properties, certainly, with games.
You don't need the power of the Xbox One to play Xbox One games on your PC.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another topic for another conversation.
I put no because I didn't remember what that was. And I was at work.
I put yes because I want to see HoloLens.
You couldn't take 5 seconds to Google it, Ben?
I could. I really could.
I want to see more HoloLens, so I put yes because I'm just being hopeful.
I put no because I feel like they're going to focus a little more on... I feel like, if anything, maybe it'll get a small passing mention, but I feel like they're going to focus on Xbox One more than anything. Like, pretty much almost entirely. Because if they're going to talk about Windows 10, it's going to be at the PC gaming thing.
Well, it's going to be a big show. It's going to be like an hour and a half. They'll have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
71% said yes to HoloLens during the Microsoft conference. Now, finally here, DQP, will we see a trailer for Gears of War 4?
Well, Microsoft has been really, really wishy-washy about this, so my answer is pretty wishy-washy as well. I said no, to be safe, but I honestly think, again, like every other answer here, it could really go either way. Because... I think it's a safe bet that the remake of the first game is going to show up because that was leaked.
Yes.
But Microsoft has said Black Tusk Studios is kind of not going to be at E3, but we're not going to specify, and that's been really frustrating. So I said no to be safe.
They came out with an announcement recently that I don't think the team that's working on Gears at Black Tusk is going to be called Black Tusk. They gave them the name The Coalition.
Oh, good. It'll be more complicated.
Which is, I guess, important for Gears fans. Coalition, maybe, COG, I don't know. But apparently they did say in this press release that was on Xbox Wire and Major Nelson and all that stuff that they look forward to showing the future of Gears at E3. So I think it'll be a small tease. I don't think we get anything too substantial. But I think we'll see something for the next Gears of War. But yes, as you said, Gears of War Ultimate Edition with the first game, the remake, certainly. They'll absolutely show that. But I say yes for Gears of War 4.
And next, we'll be restructuring Rare as Ultratech Industries.
There you go.
First project, Connect Sports Banjo-Kazooie Edition.
They should release a Gears of War Connect Edition, just saying.
Apparently, if rumors are to be believed, it was worked on at one time. Like they were coming up with something that was Connect supported for Gears of War. But
see, I've put yes to this because I kind of want a Gears of War if they're gonna make it better than the last one. Because I played all of them besides the one with the shitty characters and thought it was a bit.
Judgment.
Yeah, that one. It was. It didn't really appeal to me. I mean, like I bought the last Gears of War 3, completed it on the day, returned it on the same day. Wasn't amused, really. Yeah, I would like to see maybe a better Gears of War game, rather.
Yeah,
not a movie.
I don't have much experience with the Gears series, just bits here and there. But from my understanding, they've been coming out every couple of years, and it's been. When was the last one? 2013.
I believe so. Yes.
I think we could see a trailer for something that's coming out like next year.
Yeah.
So I put yes.
I put no, and I don't really know what my logic was, but honestly, screw it. I'm the negative Nancy. No, they're not going to show it.
I'm just negative. I don't
None
want
of you
to
get
join.
none of you get dreams.
Less people think that we'll see Gears of War 4, or the next Gears of War, at Microsoft show than HoloLens. So we have 62% think we'll see the next Gears.
I looked at my Microsoft predictions over like just now, and if all of my predictions are correct, it's going to be a depressing fucking conference.
Well, they need to have a good one. DQP, thank you for being on the show. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, lovely having you.
Yeah.
Before you go, though, we do need your Big Boss and Keeper predictions.
Okay, my predictions. I have 3 predictions. I have my Big Boss prediction, which is pretty ballsy. I have my Kiefer prediction, which is ballsier. And then I have the ballsiest prediction, which I am calling the Armstrong prediction for obvious reasons.
Nanomachines, son.
Nanomachine, son. Okay, so my Big Boss prediction. Ubisoft, either at the end or the beginning or somewhere in their conference, confirms the existence of the sequel to my Game of the Year 2013, Far Cry 4, Blood Dragon 3, Vietnam War 2.
All right, another Blood Dragon.
With the return of Michael Biehn, of course.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, they want to annualize their franchises, and they're not up for a Far Cry 5. So yeah, I mean, do the offshoot and have another Blood Dragon.
Far Cry really is the only Ubisoft franchise that I'm still kind of into at the moment, because they've just been disappointing all around. So that, to me, would sort of redeem themselves for this year. Just another Blood Dragon, please.
Okay.
Now, my Kiefer prediction is, as I said, it's pretty ballsy, and that is that Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven will finally join the song list for either Guitar Hero Live or Rock Band 4.
Wow.
Ooh, that is ballsy.
That's worthy of the Kiefer.
You tell me what you know, or I promise you this will become very unpleasant.
Figured it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Now finally, the big one. The Armstrong prediction. Prediction, son. And that is that The Last Guardian and Beyond Good and Evil 2 are both announced at Sony's conference within mere minutes of each other.
Damn. Like, give us a time. Give like minutes. Like, just say less than 5 minutes away from each other.
Just like finish the Last Guardian trailer, and like, I don't know who it is, Andrew House, I think it is. And it's like, oh, by the way, one more thing, and then Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Wow.
Man, I had dreams once.
That would be.
You know how that works out for you.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Nanomachine, son.
See, the interesting thing with that one is that you got to think like that Ubisoft doesn't show Beyond Good and Evil 2 at their own show and then waits for Sony to follow them and then do it. That'd be something.
Well, no, they're a cowardly third party. They have to sort of align themselves with somebody. Promise exclusive DLC for that console only.
There you go. We're talking about the marketing exclusive again.
We just solved economics. Bam.
Yeah. All right, well,
All right.
DQP, thank you so much. Really do appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, have a great E3.
See you later, DQP.
Bye. Don't freeze to death.
All right, up next is River Kanoff. How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Wonderful. So we're here talking about Microsoft, and we have some questions that we're looking to answer as yes or no. So for E3 predictions, will Scalebound receive a release window that is more specific than just 2015 or 2016? This is the Platinum game that Hideki Kamiya showed last year. Lots of dragon riding.
To sort of illustrate how much this game has been in the public eye, last night when me and like 4 other people were putting together our last minute predictions, every time somebody got to this question, they said, "What the fuck is Scalebound?" Because nobody remembers.
I would say, given Platinum Games' track record, they would very likely use E3 as a place to give a more specific window. So yeah, I would say there's a pretty good chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hope we see something like a month, maybe if it's like in the first quarter of next year. Though with the trailer last year, it's hard to say like what even gameplay looks like.
It's more than likely sooner than you think.
Right. Yeah, I'd believe that. I mean, Kamiya has a good track record with his team over at Platinum, and I'm sure it's a very action-heavy sort of thing. But yeah, that's going to be one that'll be interesting. I hope to see that earlier in the show for sure.
But yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what it is either. So I put no.
I put no because here's the thing. After I remembered what it was, after I looked it up and said, "Oh right, that game looks sweet," and I put no using some of the same logic as Master of Fossils, which was so that way, even if it doesn't happen, at least I get the question right, and that can make me feel a little bit better about myself.
Yeah, I looked it up and saw Platinum Games. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. I don't need to know anything else.
Yeah, I think it'll be there. I think if it just says 2016, it's pushing it back for another year, and maybe we wouldn't hear anything about it until TGS. And I don't think that's necessarily what's going to happen. I think Microsoft is throwing some good money behind it to get that console exclusive, and they need to show more. Let's see gameplay. Let's see something like March 2016 or spring 2016 or what have you. So yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Next question is, will we see Minecraft in any capacity during the conference? I mean, it could be a trailer for something Minecraft related. It could just pop up in a montage. Will we see Minecraft at all?
I highly doubt that Microsoft bought Minecraft just to let it sit in the sidelines. So yeah, we'll definitely see something of it. We also know that Telltale has announced their story mode game that we haven't seen anything of. So I would say E3 is probably a good place to pump up their big cash cow a little bit there.
I agree. I mean, $2.5 billion. You have to show something Minecraft related. I mean, it could even be if they do something HoloLens related. It could pop up there. Now, it's probably not going to be something like a Minecraft 2 that is Xbox exclusive. I don't think you're needing to rush anything like that out. You do have a very hungry Minecraft fan base.
You don't need a Minecraft 2. Minecraft is its own Minecraft 2.
Exactly.
I feel like Minecraft 2 would be a mistake, and I hope they realize that. Yeah.
Right. But I think you got to do something, though, to get that big Minecraft fan base to pay attention to the conference and get those eyes on Microsoft products and try to drive Xbox One sales.
Yeah, it'll be there. Mm-hmm. I think your HoloLens prediction is a really good prediction.
Yeah, because you're going to get that working with PC and Windows 10. I think it all kind of falls into place. So yeah, I say yes for Minecraft.
I think so as well, because I want to see some more HoloLens at E3 as well. I think Minecraft will come into it because I want to build a little Minecraft world around the house. So if it comes out and I'm living with Peter and Mark, I'm going to be just wandering around with this thing on my head, just pointing at everything, and they're going to look at me like I'm crazy.
Running into walls.
Yeah! Like, no, it's a creeper! Fuck!
I said yes for the same reason that you guys were saying, which is Microsoft didn't buy Minecraft to just say, all right, yeah, well, we're not going to do anything with this. They're not Rareware.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Yeah, this question's basically the free space in bingo.
Everyone's got that E3 bingo worked out, that's for sure. Yeah, 67% of people who entered our contest said yes. And this was actually compared to 48% who said yes to Scalebound. So, interesting there. I would have expected more people to say everyone on board with Minecraft. All of us say yes here. Now, will the phrase powered by Xbox Live or something similar be mentioned? I mean, this was a big catchphrase for them last year. I think this is them trying to carry over the whole cloud computing idea of Xbox One. So some phrase that say, this ability is powered by Xbox Live or powered by the online connectivity of Xbox, something like that. Will that be mentioned during the conference?
Well, I mean, before you said all that, I was thinking maybe this is a trick question. Because I was thinking, yeah, absolutely, they're going to bandy about their brand. Powered by Xbox Live will be mentioned more than twice. Yeah, I'm going to go with yes. I feel like it's a little too soon for them to blow us out of the water with something new. They're going to, announce something absolutely outside of Xbox Live. But yeah, I think it's a little too soon for that. So yeah, we'll hear powered by.
Yeah, I think they still want to show the capabilities of Xbox Live and why it's the place you want to play. If it's something that's going to be abandoned, I wouldn't surprise me to see them abandon their TV abilities and capabilities with all that.
Oh, but that worked out for them so well.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be surprising to see them kind of throw that to the wayside and not mention that. But I think Xbox Live, they want to show how powerful it is using those cloud servers, and whether it's new Halo 5 multiplayer that's powered by Xbox Live or something like that. I think that gets mentioned, or at least some variation of that phrase. So I said yes.
Everybody tried the TV thing. I was like, you're trying to reinvent the newspaper. Why is everybody jumping into this market? That's silly. Yeah.
It worked so very well on Wii U, right?
Yeah. I know. I hated seeing everything about TV when it came to E3 beforehand. I was like, this is games. I'm here to see games. I can watch TV already. No.
Well, it must have been very
YouTube,
interesting.
maybe.
Must have been very interesting for you too. I mean, being in Europe, so many of those things were very U.S. market driven, and for a worldwide audience to be like, who cares?
Yeah, basically. I don't even watch TV. I don't give a shit, really. But it is strange seeing it from a European or English point of view, I suppose, because we don't get as hyped, I guess. We're too reserved.
Man, you guys.
We're the people that say
as,
sorry for you doing something wrong.
you guys don't get as hyped for TV as America does. So like, instead of sit on the ground, you guys just like die.
Okay, the only thing I get hyped for is Game of Thrones. I'll just do that right now. That's the only thing. Okay.
But that's
My joke was
premium
we don't get hyped
television.
either.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
America stopped caring about TV when Netflix came out.
Yeah. TV's an obsolete technology now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I said no. And
What?
I don't know why.
You fool!
So let's pretend that I just had a lapse in judgment and move on.
76.2% say yes, Xbox Live will be mentioned as its strength there. Now, this is the one everyone wants to know about Microsoft. Will Rare's new game make use of one of their old franchises?
Is Xbox a franchise?
It's a newer franchise, but I think we're talking N64 days.
Nope.
No. No chance.
Look,
No.
here's the thing. All we heard from Rare last year, was this last year? Was it just Project Spark? Oh, by the way, Conker's in it too. What's that? You want a new Conker game? Fuck, make yourself. I don't care. That was all we got. I don't think they care anymore. I think they've, after Nuts and Bolts and the failures of the new Conker games and how Killer Instinct didn't do as well as they hoped it would, I am willing to bet that Microsoft has just said, fine, screw it, we don't care anymore.
I can't believe Rare is still around. It's like a thrall that Microsoft just puts money into, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah,
It's a lame
basically.
horse that's just being kept in the barn because it's got family ties and no one wants to shoot it and turn it into glue. Sorry, that's a really, really
okay.
See, I said yes to this only because if anyone has any marketing sense in these places, they'll see these old games on Kickstarter actually doing good business and maybe want to have a little look into that.
Yeah, but there'll also be Microsoft executives that'll look at Nuts and Bolts and say, well, we gave them what they wanted once, and they didn't take it because they're really shitty tense.
They totally get what we want, right? Yeah.
Old people.
I said yes as well, though I'm not entirely sure what they're going to go for. We know that Battletoads is in the wheelhouse. I mean, we had Phil Spencer wearing the shirt. We had its inclusion in Shovel Knight. So it's something that they can throw around, and I don't know if it's going to be like here's a small little downloadable game, not a big AAA sort of thing. But I think it's possible. I think it'd be just one of the nice surprises. And Rare's been talking about that they're going to be showing a game. So I think that's going to be one of the interesting points to look out for during this conference. But it was pretty down the middle. I mean, we had 52% of people say yes, so it's really a toss-up here. And so we'll have to watch that. Now, speaking of Phil Spencer, will he change his outfit during the course of the show?
By stop a tradition.
I actually had to look this one up, and then I was like, yeah, I hope that he realized it actually drummed up publicity, and he should maybe consider wearing different shirts throughout the show that are relevant.
He's done it 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Well, they were all like, is he sweating up there? It is a long time to be in the spotlight. So
right.
I think it's
that's probably exactly what
he's only getting older.
The idea that he went backstage, put on a different T-shirt, and then came back on stage. I don't know why that's so funny, but it's fucking awesome.
And you think it's part of the show that they have planned. It's like, all right, we'll have this trailer lined up. We'll have this demo lined up. Phil, you got to change your shirt.
He's like, yeah, they're like, what? Reggie has my body is ready. I got to have something. I got to do
There
something.
you go. Got to make him distinguishable. So yeah, I said yes. I think it's just one of the things he does, and he likes to show, definitely to some of the indie crowds as well, because Microsoft's trying to sell themselves as we're more indie friendly. We're wearing your brand on our shirt.
I also like to think that Phil Spencer was, if he, played a fair amount of indie games, I wouldn't be surprised.
He gets it. I think he's one of the nicer, the more relatable big game execs out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's aware that indie games are all that's keeping these consoles afloat nowadays.
He is basically the only one outside of anybody working for Nintendo that is like a relatable human being.
I said no just because I wanted to be the different one. That's literally all it was. He might do, I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there and seeing what happens. It's like it's a curveball. Yeah, he might just go like, "Hey guys, I'm Phil Spencer. Want to play my Battletoads?"
What if he changes his pants?
Rachel's like, what if he takes his shirt off on stage?
What if he changes on stage? There are so many. Look, Phil Spencer.
There are so many options.
That would be a GIF worthy moment that'd break NeoGAF.
Oh, jeez. I hope he doesn't strip on stage, though. Sorry, Phil. I'm not really that attracted to you.
I am, so you can, Phil. Don't worry.
Phil Spencer not coming back next year.
Ben, you said no.
I did say no because I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. But I think, I don't know, if he didn't seem like too ashamed. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, I don't know, similar outfits so that it wasn't too easy to notice or something.
Possibly he's just like, I changed my belt buckle. No one will notice.
Took off my
But then he
underwear.
points it out.
Now, the one I want to happen again, though, is somebody reminded me about this last night. The guy who wore 2 watches. A watch on each wrist, and we still don't know why.
Maybe Pacific time and then one back home on the East. I don't know.
Maybe.
57% said yes on this one. So, River, those are your 5 questions. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, do you have those predictions for us?
I do.
All right, let's hear them.
My bold, it's not too bold because I don't have an idea of what exactly would happen, but I would say that it's a strong possibility in my bold prediction that a dead IP would be announced to be revived for the Vita and then canceled in the first quarter.
Oh, no!
Gosh, why go that far? Canceled during the conference.
Yeah, during the
Vita with
I'm getting a
life.
call right now on stage. Oh, no, they told me to lay off that one, yeah.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
a pretty
Not gonna come out.
big boss prediction. And now your Kiefer prediction.
Okay, so you guys have been keeping up with the Italian doctor and the head transplant surgery.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I think Kojima doesn't probably work for Konami anymore. I think he has realized a very strong marketing advantage and strategy that works for him. I have this crazy theory that I don't think Silent Hills is dead. I don't think we should count it out just yet. I think that's why nobody's talking about it anymore, is they've kind of killed it. You think in terms of Silent Hill story, everyone who's in Silent Hill, the protagonist and whatever, they're dead. They're dead. They're in their own personal hell. I think this game had to die to be reborn in a crazy attention-grabbing way. So
River,
I wouldn't count
this
it
is my
out.
first time meeting you, and I hate you now because I was going to bring that up as one of my predictions.
Well, I mean, there is the rumor right now that Microsoft is trying to buy Silent Hills. By the way, that rumor is bullshit.
It is.
And
I was okay with it, too. I was like, at least we get it, right?
Right. That would be a great Kiefer prediction, that Silent Hills comes back.
They're gonna call back!
Konami did pull out of the American stock market, so I would say it's not a very strong possibility that this happens at E3.
Mm-hmm.
We might get a tease of something that's eventually people will draw conclusions to being Silent Hills or something like that, and then later on we'll get something bigger at a more Japanese-centric show. Because Konami said, we want to do more mobile, but we're not pulling out. We know that consoles are important and everything. We're not stupid.
Right.
We are stupid, but
Totally, yeah. See, I thought you were almost going to go that, like, Dr. Sergio Canavero was going to appear on stage at Sony's press conference and be like,
That would be amazing.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Kojima was the one that got the head transplant. That's
I heard Sergio Canavero is an actual doctor, and he was pissed off that people were connecting the story to him.
It's such a wild story, that's for sure.
Oh, man. When his Twitter retweeted David Hayter saying always have secrets, I was like,
oh God, no! Why? I didn't hear that. Oh, that's crazy.
oh
wow.
Yeah. So,
River
I don't know.
Kanoff, Thank you so much for being on the show. Really do appreciate it. And have a great E3, man.
You too, guys.
Have you.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Show me your news.